Hello friends. So this is my first video for this and I'm really excited because I'm going to try to do this more often, but I want to introduce myself here. My name is Katrina. I am married. I have been married for, I always lose count because the years go by so fast. I've been married since 2019. Dating the same guy since 2017, so longest relationship ever. But honestly, that aside, I've always loved horses, always wanted to work with horses, things like that. So that is always going to be my passion, has always been my passion. I've always wanted to know how in the world, literally, I could help people. I could brighten their days, anything like that. I am an introvert, so that's very hard for me to be able to get out there. You may not believe that I'm an introvert once you actually get me going and get me talking, but I do not discuss anything in a crowd or even hop into a crowd or anything like that without observing first and without finding my way in. So that kind of just means that if we have something in common and I know we have something in common, then I'm going to jump in. But until then, I might be more of a fly on the wall. So that's that. Always been like that. I mean, I was homeschooled, and that's kind of what got me out of that phase like deeply, so that way I could be like more like this. Anyway, I did want to kind of hop in here and do that little introduction, but also kind of do explain why I had started with this business with Scentsy. So I had started with Scentsy in 2020. I was with another company prior to that, and I did not I kind of saw myself sort of going somewhere with them, but then I kind of didn't at the same time. Like, it was kind of one of those deals where I started it, I was very excited about it. I kind of really didn't want to fully step into it because I wasn't sure. But you know what? I'm one of those people where I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I'll see if it works. And if it doesn't, if it's not for me, then we'll go from there. So that's what I did. I was encouraged to kind of get started and do that, but it did not work out for me. So I went and was already on the fence about whether or not I was going to keep with that company and all that, because it really wasn't doing anything for me and my husband. It just wasn't. So I decided maybe I should step back from that. Maybe give it a little bit more time and then possibly just step out, because for a little while during the pandemic it worked out. Then afterwards it kind of just slipped. So talked to my husband and whatnot and was like, I don't know if this is something that I should continue doing and all that. And then I met somebody who is a friend of a longtime kind of friend. I've been a friend with her since college, so I was like, okay, well, she's friends with this person. This person does Scentsy, and I don't really know much about Scentsy. So I reached out to this person. I'm like, you know what? What is this? I would love to try it. I'd love to do an event with you, like stuff like that. So she lives out of state, so we did a little event there, and I learned more about it. Well, I am somebody who loves scents, okay? I love good smelly things, okay? So does my husband. So, looking more into that, being interested in that, learning more about it, learning that there was so much more than just scents like warmers and wax. It was insane to me how much more that there was. But honestly, I just decided, hey, I'm going to ask a little bit more about this, because there were items coming out for the fall harvest. We have a harvest items that come out, and honestly, that was what really got my attention, because The Nightmare Before Christmas was coming out, and my family is obsessed with that. Okay, so we love Nightmare Before Christmas. It's our thing. There was a possibility about my dad getting deployed, so I was like, okay, well, we gotta snag these so that way he might be able to take Jack and my mom can keep Sally, stuff like that, you know? So I was thinking about all that, and I just talked to her about it. And I was like, hey, like, I'm really interested in all this. I really want to get on your pre-order list. I really want to be able to get involved and do more whenever it comes to purchasing. I had so much on my list that she's like, you know what? What do you think about getting paid for this instead? Like, yeah, like you've already reached this point in your party. You have all these things that you want. She's like, instead of waiting for me to possibly even get these pre-orders for you, why don't you just step in and you'll be able to get these for you. So you'll be able to get up and then you'll be able to do all of this and try to get everything. So that way you can make sure that you snag what you want instead of paying me and etc. You'd get paid off of it. You'd get paid off of this event. You would get all like the perks. And I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I'm already with another company right now. I've been with other ones before. This one's not really working out. Like, I got no idea, and I don't know. Like, let me talk to my husband about it. So I got off the phone with her. I talked to my husband, and I said, you know what? I'm wondering if I should just give this a shot. Because honestly, this is a potential to get paid off of what I'm purchasing. So if we do end up liking this and like keeping it could become something good. I said, but what do you think about me trying this? So we discussed it. He was not fully on board. But he said, you know what, if this is something that you want to try and you want to do, go for it. So I was like, okay. So I did. I messaged her. I said, let's get started. Let's start doing this. Got started. Really, the reason I wanted to start was so that way I got paid off of my own purchases. And that is still kind of one of the reasons why I'm part of it. But at the same time, seriously. So I started with it, and honestly, learning more about it, getting more excited, loving the product, loving the fact that I can continue to get the scents that I love and not have to worry about never seeing them again is amazing because of Club. But there's so many things, and being able to use different scents for laundry is insane to me because I could only use Tide Original for the longest time. So it's just, I fell in love with it. And my husband actually fell in love with it. Like, he loves the fact that we can have different scents and etc. and that he can have his favorite scents without me getting that major extreme like headache that I'd always get from the scents that he likes from other companies because it was just too strong and so much chemicals. So honestly, these right here, I have them listed, are the reasons, the top 10 kind of reasons why I am part of Scentsy, why I chose to stay with it, why I chose to join it. So really, some of them, it's all over, like kind of mixed in, but there's the reasons that I'm still part of it, the reasons I'll continue to be part of it, the reasons why I encourage others to be part of it, and honestly, some items that got me hooked and been like, you know what, this is why I want to start it. So honestly, here it goes. Being part of Scentsy, you are not just a number. You are a human being. It is your business. You are your own boss. So you get to do what you are comfortable with, but you need to also realize, step out of your comfort zone. So if you are wanting to do this just to get paid off of your own purchases, that's perfectly fine. Go for it. Do it. You're encouraged to do that. But we are here if you need anything further. If you want this to be bigger, we are here to help push you, but also at the same time, guide and just have you kind of be like step out on a limb on your own and etc. So we help kind of guide you to that point. Positivity is always encouraged. We do not like negativity at all. So that basically means no negativity. It is thrown out the window. We will not tolerate it. It's positivity. Okay. If you are feeling discouraged, it's okay. Come to us. We will try to encourage you the best that we can to get you back on track and up at that positive level and feel like your cup is full. Even when it is something small, you're recognized. So the thing is whenever you guys do something smaller, you're recognized for it. We will do our best to keep an eye and recognize you for the little things. We may not be able to do it all the time, but we are going to do our best to try and pay attention to that and focus on the good that you are doing. We get to put smiles on people's faces. That's also amazing. We get to go out and give like fragrances to people, put smiles on their faces by uplifting them with the fragrances, with anything through this. We get to utilize this to change the world, literally, guys. You get paid for your own purchases. I already mentioned that. You get to make a difference. Work when you want to work and where you want to work, okay? But you got to do the work. If you want to build this up any higher, you got to do the work. Just remember that. Always potential for growth. Literally, always. There's really no cap. Just keep going until you hit your goal. It's made me a better person, and I've watched it make other people better people as well. Seriously, guys, it's amazing. And I get to see other people's lives changed for the good. So really, it is a huge deal. And honestly, being part of this company has done way more for me than I ever expected. And I've seen it do so many good things for other people as well. So it doesn't matter why you start, when you start, and etc. But the goal is to get you what you personally need in that moment or want in that time frame. So whether it is for a place to feel wanted, a community, to be able to get paid off of your own purchases so you don't feel guilty like what I did, because I don't feel guilty because I'm being paid back on that. So, and honestly, insert disclaimer. I will put that in the comments. Not the comments, in the description. But seriously, all those things, or even if you want to be able to get involved to make something bigger so that way you don't have to work in an office or anything anymore. You don't have to work full time. You might be able to even go part time, or you might even be able to just retire eventually and just do solely Scentsy, so that way you could be home with your family, be able to travel more, be able to do all those things. That's another reason why I kind of want to do this, but it'll get you whatever you want to put into it. So you decide whether it's on this side of, hey, I just want to get paid for my purchases. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to be buying guilt-free. Or you want to go all the way and make it into something so much larger and bigger to where you can provide for your family and not feel guilty being at home most of the time or all the time. Seriously, you have the potential to do either, and we will encourage you to do either. I love what I do. This has given me far more than I've ever thought in my life. I don't want to go anywhere else. I don't want to be with anything else. Until God says it's time to quit, I'm here. And honestly, best decision that I ever really made. I love it. I love it. I love the community. But I wanted to jump onto this and just say, hey, I am me. My name's Katrina. This is what I do. This is what I love. I want to get to know you. And I want to help change your life, change your world, any way that I can. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to chat with you soon. Bye.